We begin tonight with the deadly plane crash right into a neighborhood in San Diego, taking off from Teterboro Airport in New Jersey, outside New York City, flying across the country and then crashing while trying to land in fog in San Diego. The plane crashing right into one of the U.S. military's largest housing neighborhoods just before 4 a.m. this morning, when families were asleep. Officials say as many as 6 people on board are feared dead tonight, homes and cars set on fire, and you could barely make out the jet. Families awakened by the explosion, running to safety with their children in their arms, some trapped in their homes by flames right at their door. Firefighters battling to put out the flames and trying to protect homes there. The horrific scene today when the sun came up. This home badly damaged, a truck burned right in the front yard. A dozen other homes damaged, about 100 people evacuated. The mangled wreckage lining the street. The fatalities were all on the plane, and remarkably, no one on the ground was killed, even with homes and cars on fire. Tonight, the investigation here and what we're learning about who was on board that jet and one of the last questions from the pilot before it went down. ABC's Trevor Ault leading us off. He's on the scene in San Diego.
Come on, let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Tonight, the terrifying escape in the dead of night after a small plane slammed into the San Diego neighborhood. At least 6 people on board feared dead. More than a dozen homes and cars set ablaze. Ben and Srujana McCarty rocked awake.
All I could see was fire, and the roof of the house was torn
You
off.
could see the night sky from our living room.
Their neighbor Gilbert Gonzalez rushing to help as the McCarty family grabbed their children and pets.
Hey, we gotta be careful. There's things still explosive.
As I walked up, there was a kid getting, brought over the fence. It was handed down to me. I said, give me the kid. And then a second kid came down. So I'm holding 2 kids at the time.
The family rushing to safety, fearing their neighbors were still asleep.
Not awake yet.
It's okay.
They're not awake.
Cars exploding, shaking the block. Jessica Schrader describing the horror.
I woke up and I looked out the window and there's fire all in front of my house. I didn't know. I just kept hearing explosions, and the fire was up to right in front of my front door. So I'm trying to figure out how to escape with my kids.
A neighbor throwing a ladder over her back fence, she and her family jumping onto the next door trampoline to safety.
This is a military neighborhood with several bases nearby, and officials say the crash spread so much jet fuel across these front yards, they had to approach this as if it were a wildfire.
The Cessna business jet had taken off from Teterboro, New Jersey late last night, making a pit stop in Wichita, Kansas, before attempting to land in San Diego through heavy fog. Moments before the crash, the pilot asking for weather conditions. Air traffic control warning visibility was minimal. The pilot responding,
"All right, that doesn't sound great, but we'll give it a go."
And then on final approach, seconds before the planned landing, the plane vanishing from radar 500 feet in the air, clipping a power line and crashing into this Murphy Canyon community. Well-known music agent Dave Shapiro was one of those killed on the plane. And last night, Daniel Williams, a well-known Christian rock drummer, posting these photos on Instagram showing a private jet. Tonight, the NTSB confirms that's the plane in the crash, though it's not confirmed if Williams was on that plane. Incredibly, there were no fatalities on the ground, but 8 people were injured.
I can't quite put words to describe what this scene looks like, but with the jet fuel going down the street and everything on fire all at once, it was pretty horrific to see.
The wreckage smoldering for hours, more than 100 people evacuated from several surrounding blocks.
And David, the NTSB says this plane likely had black boxes, which will be crucial for the investigation into why this crash occurred. But when you look into the damage to this neighborhood, David, this home ripped open. It is astonishing that everyone in these houses survived.
It
David,
really is a catastrophic scene there behind you. Trevor Ault leading us off tonight. Trevor, thank you.